Imagine this. You're in ancient Egypt, thousands of years ago. The sun is rising over the Nile, and workers are already hard at work in the fields. But what's this? They're not just growing food, they're growing beer. Yes, beer, but not the kind you're thinking of. This beer was thick, nutritious, and a daily staple for everyone from laborers to pharaohs. So, how did the ancient Egyptians make beer? And why was it so important? Let's crack open the secrets of ancient Egyptian beer. Beer in ancient Egypt wasn't just a drink, it was a way of life. Known as heket, it was made from fermented barley or even bread. Yes, bread. The process was simple but ingenious. First, barley was harvested and soaked in water to let it sprout. Then, it was baked into loaves of bread. But here's the twist. These loaves weren't for eating. They were crumbled into water and left to ferment. The result? A thick, porridge-like beer that was packed with nutrients. Now here's where it gets interesting. The ancient Egyptians didn't have fancy brewing equipment. Instead, they used large clay jars to ferment the mixture. Once the beer was ready, it was strained through sieves to remove the chunks, leaving behind a cloudy, frothy drink. But don't let its appearance fool you. This beer was a powerhouse of energy. It was so nutritious that it was often referred to as liquid bread. Workers building the pyramids were even paid in beer. Can you imagine getting beer as your salary? But beer wasn't just for the workers. It was enjoyed by everyone, from farmers to pharaohs. In fact, beer was so important that it was a key part of religious rituals and offerings to the gods. The ancient Egyptians believed that beer was a gift from Osiris, the god of the afterlife and agriculture. They even buried jars of beer in tombs to ensure the deceased had plenty to drink in the afterlife. Talk about planning ahead. Beer was also a social drink, bringing people together in ways that might feel familiar today. Families would gather to share a meal with beer as the centerpiece. It was often flavored with dates, honey, or spices, giving it a unique taste that varied from batch to batch. And because it was safer to drink than water, thanks to the fermentation process, it was a daily necessity for hydration and nutrition. Today, we can still catch a glimpse of ancient Egyptian beer culture through archaeology. Residues of beer have been found in clay jars, tombs, and even shipwrecks. Scientists have analyzed these residues to learn more about how the beer was made and what it tasted like. And while we may never know exactly how it tasted, one thing is clear. For the ancient Egyptians, beer was more than just a drink. It was a symbol of life, community, and even the divine. So the next time you raise a glass of beer, remember the ancient Egyptians who turned brewing into an art form. From the fields of barley along the Nile to the clay jars in every home, beer was a drink that connected the people, the gods, and the afterlife. Cheers to that.